Hurricane Beryl made landfall around 11 a.m. this morning, packing catastrophic winds of 150 miles per hour and a life-threatening 6 to 9 foot storm surge.
Beryl. Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves, right? There's a lot of things that are going to happen between now and the weekend, but there is confidence.
There's our boat.
Growing confidence and consensus that we at least could see a depression through the weekend.
We won't get ahead of ourselves if the MDR doesn't.
But it's
the MDR is involved.
Did you see that?
I'm surprised.
It's moving right on where our boat is. Isn't that wonderful? As soon as we get our boat in the safe zone.
We typically don't see storms this early in the season. We still have 97% of the season to go.
All right, how's that make you feel?
Makes me feel good.
Really?
I mean, I just left my boat down there.
Well, we have insurance.
We have insurance.
So if it falls off the hard stand and tips over and all that.
Glad we're there. Glad it didn't cost us another week. Because another 4 days, we would have been screwed.
That's true.
We'd be sitting there trying to get... We'd be not having fun.
Not having fun.
Yeah.
All right, we're driving to Wichita Falls, Texas, which is about 2 hours away because that was the first available appointment this week. The only available appointment this week.
Closest to us.
Closest to us. All the other DFW locations were booked up for driver's test appointments for months, which is crazy.
It's a good thing Texas is so big.
All right, so Finn is practicing and he is getting ready to take his driver's test and get his driver's license. All right, Finn, how you feeling? Don't leave the camera.
I feel good.
Look at the road.
I feel blessed. I just went 80 and a 70.
We won't tell anybody.
Don't tell nobody. Don't tell the police.
Okay, so things are happening on the boat while we're here in Texas. What's going on the boat, Keith?
So what we're getting done today, or what's getting done on the boat while we're gone, is we're getting all of the emergency escape hatches glassed in, fiberglassed in, taking the windows out and putting glass in those, and then we are getting where the life raft's at. There's a bottom hatch there as well. We're getting that glassed in. We're getting the cutlass bearings changed. The rudders are getting rebuilt, and we got to do a little alignment on the engine because on the port side, the actual prop shaft was sitting on the stern tube and wearing the fiberglass out in there, and so we got to raise that up, and that's what we're getting done, and some minor gel coat repairs, and once that's done, boat goes back in the water.
And Keith can watch him. He's been watching him on his cameras.
I've been watching him on the security cameras. So
super cool.
Nice. Yeah.
Stalker guy.
I just started.
Cool.
Yep.
Yeah, they started. Yeah, yesterday, day before.
Yeah, they cutting out stuff, doing stuff. This is happening. It's happening.
It's happening. Right now, our boat is back in Grenada on the hard getting work done. You know, we're getting both our broken rudders repaired, but also, as you may recall, a couple of years ago, as we made our way up the coast of Somalia and rounded the Horn of Africa, we encountered some really rough sea conditions, and we developed a leak in our emergency hatch. I don't know if I can show it to you. Can you see that seal right there? Oh, look at that. Oh, my big jeez. And we have a build somewhere. There's a lot of water in there, Jack. The boys were able to siphon the water out, and Keith temporarily fixed the seal so it would stop leaking. But we've learned these emergency hatches cause more harm than good on a catamaran, so we've decided to get rid of them.
Fixing to get my driver's license. I'm a bit nervous. We'll see if I pass. Do you think I'll pass?
Of course.
Excellent. It's nothing.
It's nothing. Not ready to start his test. Are you nervous? Okay, any words of wisdom while you wait for your son?
Nervous always. He's gonna do good though.
You taught him everything he knows.
I taught him everything he knows and other things he doesn't know. I taught him everything he knows, and the things he doesn't know is his mama's fault.
Of course, it always is, isn't it? I taught him how to read, wipe his booty, tie his shoes. I taught him 2 + 2 is 6.
Yeah!
Yay, he passed! He has a license!
I have a license,
Woo!
paper license. I can drive alone, a van life. Here I come!
Oh, yay!
a story about me and you. Out on the water, surrounded by the blue. They scream that only I'll be saved. They toss off the line, but I just let it float away. Yeah, I'll let it float away. I'll let it float away. I'll let it float away. Float away. Float away. Yeah, I'll let it float away. I'll let it float away. I'll let it float away.
We haven't been back to our place up here in the mountains in summertime in a long time, since we bought the boat and started sailing 8 years ago. We've managed to make it back in winter about every other year, but it's always snowy and cold and brown. I can't believe how green it is, how much grass is here. We usually lease our land to ranchers, and so the cattle graze it all down nicely. But we don't have cattle up here this summer, so everything is growing and thick and lush. It's so beautiful. A stark contrast to our life on the big blue ocean. Just gonna drive right up the mountainside. Fun.
Be long enough to know I know how to do all this.
Sounds fun.
Oh, and the babies.
Oh,
Look at
yeah.
the babies.
Zoom in. Hold on.
There you go. This one.
Yeah.
So there's definitely babies out here. She had twins. This is where we got stuck.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Right here is where we got stuck. Oh, son of a gun. Yee.
Right here.
Yep. Baby. What is it?
Grouse.
Baby grouse. Hi, baby. Look at this beautiful place we're at. Isn't it amazing? It's almost off the grid. We do have Starlink, you know that, so we're really not off the grid. But I want to take a minute to introduce you to today's sponsor, Incogni. Did you know that the Identity Theft Research Center, yeah, that's a thing because everybody's putting their information online nowadays. The Identity Theft Research Center shares daily what the latest data breaches are. So like here you can see that today there are dozens of known data breaches. Mutual One Bank, Solterra Academy, Harry Hathaway CPA, St. Mary's Credit Union, and so on. These data breaches mean that your information, your email addresses, your address, even the schools your kids go to, can be bought and sold and used for spamming and marketing, and yes, even identity theft. And this is why you need today's sponsor, Incogni. Incogni reaches out to data brokers and requests removal of your information from their data banks. So for instance, whoever hacked into Harry Hathaway CPA's database may have sold all that information to a data broker. Incogni sends bulk automatic requests to hundreds of data brokers and says anything on Renee Whitaker needs to be removed, and you're not allowed to collect anything on Renee Whitaker in the future. And the data broker is required by law to comply. All you gotta do is go to incogni.com, set up an account, grant Incogni the right to work on your behalf, and sit back and watch it work. It's that easy. Sign up for Incogni now and get 60% off using my discount code Zatara. The link is also in the video description. And remember, it's incognito without the toe.
But it became a major hurricane this morning, and I want to let you know it's likely going to continue to strengthen. So our latest advisory and new track coming out at 10 o'clock this morning on this Sunday before the 4th of July. We're looking at peak sustained winds at 120 miles per hour. But take a look at the next 24 to 48 hours. That's not showing just how far spread the winds and the rain will be, you know, those outer impacts that we always talk about with these hurricanes. Take a look, makes its way, continues over.
About a week ago, we pulled into Grenada, got the boat hauled out for repair work, got it secured up on the hard in the boatyard, and at this point, there was no sign of any hurricane in the forecast. We flew back to the U.S. to get Finn's driver's license and to relax up here in the mountains before he took off for van life. But the last couple of days have brought Hurricane Beryl heading right for Grenada. Now all we can do is watch the storm from our fellow cruisers riding it out.
On Wednesday, we first saw the development of it and said, oh, we need to scoot to Grenada.
For cruisers living on their boats, the Grenadine Islands and south are supposed to be out of the way of hurricanes.
So for it to be the first day of July,
definitely makes us concerned about what's going to happen.
That's where Bay Area natives Emily and Cole Cruz went as soon as they heard about Hurricane Beryl, thinking they would be safe.
Oh my gosh. So
immense stress.
Yeah, a lot of stress because again, as a cruiser, you come to Grenada to get away from the hurricane belt, you know, as they say.
Now they're tightening the hatches.
They're tied up. We've got 4 lines tied to the mangroves behind us. We've got 2, we've got our main anchor out, and then we've got a storm anchor out as well.
After switching their docking place, they are starting to feel the first bands of wind and rain. You can see it on the windows of their boat.
Yeah, we are in a really protected bay. There's about 80% around us is, I would say, 300-foot cliffs or mountainside, if you will.
Though they said they didn't think they would ever get a hurricane in Grenada, let alone this early in the season, they're preparing as best they can.
This is the mast cam from a friend's boat in the anchorage in Grenada. This is 10:44 Eastern Time, so it's 8:44 where we're at in Montana. The really heavy stuff won't come through for about another 2 to 3 hours. As you can see, the wind is very strong and the boat is rocking quite a bit, but it's moored securely and there was no damage. At this point, there's no one on the boat, thankfully. Ever since we got down here, we've been sick. We got a cold, a flu, something. It's kind of nasty. But our boat is in Grenada. Keith is going to fill us in on the latest news of Grenada and Beryl.
Beryl and through. Beryl is past. It's just past the northwest tip of Grenada right now, and we moved our boat down there because of insurance, obviously. Insurance says if we're south of 12.4 north degrees latitude, then we are insured for a named or numbered storm. And of course, wherever Zatara goes, we're going to have record-breaking storms. That's the same thing that happened in Fiji, same thing that happened here. Fortunately, our boat's on the hard, and all our friends down there in the bay, they're having 60 knot winds right now, and it's nothing. They're protected. The water's calm, and they have a lot of wind. That's 60 knots of wind, but everything's calm. It's not dangerous. It's not scary. Now, if they were on the windward side of that storm, the northern side of that storm, where you're getting 150 mile an hour winds, that could be a little different. But we're on the south end of that storm, which is better, and so our boat should be faring fairly well. My power supply went out on my Starlink router on the boat, and or the power supply went out on the Starlink, and so I'm not able to see the cameras and the video of everything going on, but people are sending us stuff all the time.
That's good. So why would we go to Grenada? You said the insurance told us that, but why would insurance say go there?
Insurance says go to Grenada because the rarity, they hadn't had a storm in, 20 years? 2006 was the last time they had a tropical storm roll through there.
Yeah.
So the odds of a storm rolling through there are slim. And Grenada has a lot of good hurricane holes there. Even if a hurricane goes right over the top of you, there's lots of places to anchor in there where you're going to be safe.
Cool. And then somebody asked about the rudders. Why did you wait till Grenada and get them fixed and didn't do it like in Florida?
Okay, so we had half a rudder that got broken off in the Atlantic. We don't know when half that rudder came off, but it dang sure could have been an orca. Swam up to it and snapped it off, and we just, during the night, or nobody was paying attention, and we just lost the rudder. And it was solid enough, and I couldn't take it off in Florida because we never got anywhere where we hauled out, and it was always too shallow to take it out where we were at in the marina. So I just figured we'd wait to fix that when we got to Grenada, because I was going to haul out in Grenada anyway and get some stuff done. So that's why I waited.
Yeah.
Both of them are getting fixed now, for sure.
Awesome. What do you think the problem was on these rudders? Is it just poor manufacture, or why did they both fall apart?
The rudders are 20 years old. One rudder I'd had rebuilt, the one that broke off half, the whale, I think a whale hit it and grabbed it and snapped it off, but it was built solid. The other rudder was just 20 years old and just a lot of flex going on over the time. Those rudders get a lot of flex going on in the water, so that's it.
And you think maybe the prop that fell off, you said, might have damaged that one?
Could have. It could have. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Why aren't you sure? Why don't you know everything? I thought you were the man.
The older I get, the less I know. And the less I know, the more I know I don't want to know.
Here, we got news. What's the news?
What's the news here?
In Grenada.
Well, we are getting some high winds now, and heavy rain is continuing. It's not over here yet. Let's just look at the stuff here.
Is this new?
Yeah, this is from some friends down there.
Okay.
That's 60 knot winds.
All right. Here, on their boat.
Everybody's on their boat. Those are all boats that are on mooring balls or anchors.
Oh my gosh.
But you see the water's flat.
Yeah, it's not terrible.
It's not terrible at all.
That's good. Do you have any footage of the marina, the boatyard?
I don't.
Huh. Well, I'm thankful that we're all safe here, even though we're sick. Finn is sick. Keith is sick. We're all sick. Okay, update us later.
Okay. We'll get it. By 3 o'clock it'll be done. It's over.
And right now, guys, it is 10:30 in the morning. So, well, actually, it's 12 there. So,
yeah,
a few more hours.
Yeah, a few more hours. It's over.
Sweet. Finn is sick too. Finn wanted to start van life, but he got sick as soon as he got to his van. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Couple more days, you'll be better. You can leave us. So I thought this episode would be us saying goodbye to Finn. But since he's sick, he can't go anywhere. He's got to stay home and rest. We didn't sabotage him, I promise. He's feeling good enough. He's going to drive us to town. We're going to grab some groceries, maybe eat some pizza. And old Betty White. Oh, you want me to sit up front? Okay. I can do that. Let's sit up front. Hey, chauffeur.
Hey.
Take me somewhere special. This old-fashioned window roller down there. It's kind of gray and cloudy. Kind of meets the mood.
We'll just have to put it in the box.
Yeah. Yummy. Okay. Show you what Finn's got now. I can get up here. I hurt myself. Oh, it's not hooked up. Well, for Finn's 18th birthday, Keith got him a Starlink.
I want to charge my, or just unplug it.
Unplug it. Yeah.
Okay. So Dad got me Starlink for my 18th birthday, so I can FaceTime him and he can FaceTime me when I'm out in the mountains in there in Grenada.
And Mommy too.
And Mommy too.
Oh.
I'm sick.
I know. Well, it gives you time though to get all these things situated. Yeah. What else you got to do? Solar panel?
That's about it. Solar panel and I'm good.
Good to go. He's ready to go. He's got to get better. So where do you think your first place is going to be to go?
Probably the Playboy Mansion.
Okay. All right.
No.
Cut. All right. Where's the first place you think you'll go?
First place I think I'm gonna go. I think this weekend I'm gonna go down to Big Sky.
Awesome.
Camp out there with a guy who's a similar van to mine, and depending on where I'm at, I might just keep going down south to the Tetons in Wyoming, and then meet up with Luke there mid-July, and then drive up to Glacier National Park.
Beautiful.
At some point at the end of this month. So.
We are so relieved to say the storm spared our friends here in southern Grenada, and Zatara and all the other boats in the boatyard were safe and sound at Clark's Court Marina. However, the island of Kyriakou, Union Island, and many other parts of the southern Caribbean were not so lucky.
Hurricane Beryl made landfall around 11 a.m. this morning on Grenada's Kyriakou Island, packing catastrophic winds of 150 miles per hour and a life-threatening 6 to 9 foot storm surge.
Powerful 150 mile per hour winds and pounding rain as Hurricane Beryl tears through the Caribbean, making landfall on Kyriakou Island, pushing torrential waves inland. The historic storm plowing through the Windward Islands, which includes areas popular with tourists such as Grenada, St. Vincent, and Barbados, where you can see debris scattered in flooding streets. Listen as heavy rainfall blankets the region. Beryl's winds nearing Category 5 status at landfall, the most extreme hurricane on the scale.
There's been nothing like this, really, in recorded history in the Atlantic at this time of year.
First, I want to show you and tell you about what happened out here. The island of Kyriakou, and its people most importantly, and why they need help as fast as you can send it. This island's shredded. Its people are in desperate need of help.
So yeah, if you want to help with the rebuilding efforts, there is a link. I'm probably going to put it right up here above his head. Our friends Emily and Cole on the Adventure Cruise, you saw them earlier in this episode. They started a GoFundMe to help the rebuilding efforts there in Grenada. So they are seeing through everything, supplies, and they're actually in Grenada, so they're going to make sure that things get worked out over there. And also, we have a Blue Water Cruising Live Workshop. Don't forget, July 20th. I know it's kind of weird to invite you to come to this lifestyle because...
After a hurricane, a cyclone. Remember, guys, July 20th, jump on that free workshop, learn about the cruising lifestyle and how to avoid those cyclones.
Like we did. We were very fortunate. Our boat is safe and sound, and we left. But, you know.
Once again, I'd rather be lucky than good any day.
Anyway, the sun is killing me.
But
okay. Anyway, BlueWaterCruisingPlan.com. Check it out.
That's right.
The GoFundMe is also in the video description. Send a few bucks their way. It would be great. The people need it out there. And hopefully we'll see you next week right here.
We'll see you guys next week.